It was a bright, sunny day when I married my husband. He was kind, loving, and made me laugh. I felt so lucky to be with him. We spent many happy days together, building our life and dreaming of a future. A year later, we were blessed with a baby. Our little one was perfect, and I loved being a mother. My husband was so happy too. We took care of our baby together, and every day felt like a new adventure. I thought everything was perfect. I believed my life was as happy as it could be. One day, while I was going through some old papers, I found a letter. The letter was from a woman I didn't know. It made me feel uneasy. I asked my husband about it, and he grew quiet. His face turned pale, and I could tell something was wrong. After a long moment of silence, he told me the truth. He explained that before he met me, he had been in love with another woman. Her name was Sarah. They had worked together in the same office. He told me they were very close and he thought they might get married one day. But there was a problem. Sarah couldn't have children, and my husband really wanted a family. So he decided not to marry her. Instead, he married me and we started our family. However, he still stayed in touch with Sarah. They would meet sometimes. I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Why had he kept this secret from me? Why hadn't he told me about Sarah before? I started feeling confused and hurt. It was like everything I knew about our relationship wasn't real anymore. After my husband told me about Sarah, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I felt hurt and betrayed. He had loved someone else before me. And even though he married me, he still met her. I wondered if he still loved her. Was I just a substitute because I could have children? These thoughts made my heart feel heavy. I began to see my husband in a different way. Every time he looked at me, I wondered if he was thinking of Sarah. I felt like I could never trust him the same way again. My world started to feel uncertain, and I didn't know how to handle the pain. After many days of thinking and crying, I knew I had to make a choice. I couldn't keep living in this situation. I couldn't live with the feeling that he was hiding things from me. I had to leave. Leaving was not easy. I still loved him, but I couldn't stay in a relationship built on secrets. I wanted to give my child a better life, a life filled with trust and peace. So I packed my things, took my child's hand, and walked away from him. I didn't know what the future would bring, but I knew I had made the right choice. I needed to find happiness again. I needed to find myself. The first days after leaving were hard. I missed my husband and I missed the life we had. But I knew I couldn't go back. I moved to a small apartment with my child. At first, it felt lonely and scary. I was worried about what people would think, but I knew I had to do what was best for me and my child. I began to focus on my daughter. I spent time with her, playing, reading stories, and making sure she felt loved. Slowly, I began to feel stronger. I started meeting new people and doing things I enjoyed. I went on walks in the park, started cooking new recipes, and found hobbies that made me happy. As time went on, I began to realize that I didn't need my husband to be happy. I didn't need anyone to feel complete. I was enough by myself. I had my daughter, and that was the most important thing. We had our own little world, and it was beautiful. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Slowly, I felt more at peace. I began to forgive myself for staying so long in a relationship that made me feel unsure. I understood that I had made the best decision for my future and for my child. I no longer thought about my husband and Sarah every day. I had let go of the pain. I had learned to trust myself again. Life was not perfect, but it was mine. I was stronger than I thought, and I had a new sense of freedom. My daughter and I created our own new life. We spent our days exploring, laughing, and learning together. I knew that no matter what happened, I would be okay. I would take care of us and love my daughter with everything I had. One day I realized I was happy. I didn't need to look back anymore. I had moved on and I was building a new life. I had learned that happiness comes from within and no one else could give it to me. It was up to me to create my own peace and joy. My daughter grew stronger and so did I. We were a team and nothing else mattered. The past was behind us and the future was full of possibilities. The story is over. Please support us by subscribing and liking to follow our channel. I hope you learned something new today. See you next time. Thanks for watching.